I'm with Mindy Wagner here. She is a president and principal designer at Mindy Wagner Interior Design and Feng Shui, creating beautiful living and working environments, as well as transforming spaces and uplifting lives. So thank you so much, Mindy, for just being here today.
My pleasure. I'm honored. I'm honored.
Oh my goodness, this one, I love her to pieces. She's amazing. So I want to ask you as we start off, because a lot of people don't know the difference between interior design and Feng Shui. So can you let us know really the difference between the two and how they go hand in hand with each other?
That's a great question. So interior design, it naturally transforms the environment without even discuss. Should I look at you or look at the camera?
Both, right?
Okay, just checking. Interior design is the art of analyzing any given space and then creating a new order within that space and expressing an emotion, expressing a vibration. And so and that has to do with all the modalities, with color, with as if it was a painting ready to be painted, like an empty canvas. That's how I see interior design, and I come in and I create a whole new story.
Wow.
And Feng Shui is an ancient art over 5,000 years old. And it is not just about the home or the rooms. Feng Shui started as an art about the land. The ancient geomancers that were the urban planners in China 5,000 years ago were looking for the best spot on the land that was protected by the mountain but not too high up, where there was a good water source, you know, where they could feel that it was a life-giving property. And so Feng Shui really started as a land art. And then it progressed to the art of building. And building in such a way that the energies were very, very organized and very composed, and not all scattered and odd, but were very it keys into the human body. And so it's all about a health and wellness kind of building, where interior design could just, for some designers, it could just be about style.
So you're more looking into the ancient historical meaning of those pieces that you're picking out and matching that to the home, to the person, in such a way that's almost a match to their soul.
That's right. You said it really well. I have to write that down. Danielle. So there's what we use is the Feng Shui Bagua. And it's the energy blueprint. It's seen as an octagon because there's 8 parts to it. So any given space, including the land, we map it out according to these 8, they're almost like chakras, 8 dynamic areas, and there's a 9th area in the center of any property that we like to have empty.
Wow.
And that would be like where our belly button is.
Oh, I love that.
So when I compose a plan and integrate Feng Shui into it, it may not right away be about like special pieces of furniture. It will be about what's appropriate for each of the 8 areas. That's one thing. That's just one tiny little element.
The sliver of it.
That's a sliver.
Wow.
Because there's more. There's like a list of things. I look at the person's birth date.
Oh, wow.
And what their Feng Shui birth element is. It's not astrology. It's just how nature knows you. I happen to be, based on my birth date and the fact that I'm female, considered, it's called tall wood.
Oh, wow.
And it's very interesting. Like, I won't go deeply into that right now because it gets into teaching Feng Shui, but the other elements are fire, water, wood, metal, and earth. And so we don't like to see an overproduction of any of those elements in any one space, or it feels very odd. We like to balance the 5 natural elements. So that's another part of it. And then there's decluttering, which is a modern issue.
Yes.
We'll get back to that.
Yes, we will. There's a question I have regarding that, and it's going to be good. Hi, everyone jumping on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm here with Mindy right now, interior designer and Feng Shui. So Mindy, what I really want to know about is when you go into a beautiful creative space for the first time, what are you looking for? What are the aspects that you're looking for, not just the person, but the space as well, as you go in? Are you looking for light? Are you looking for one of those elements that you mentioned, all of the above? Or
Okay, well, I can answer that. Every single project has what I call a scope of the project.
Okay.
And people have their different reasons for wanting to transform the space. Why have they hired a designer?
Yes.
And so not every space, and 90% of the spaces I look at are not beautiful when I walk in. There's usually a problem.
Okay.
Now, it also could be it is potentially a beautiful space, but it's just empty.
Okay.
Or it normally is a space that needs renovation and it needs a new life. Or it could be that people are downsizing. So they had a great big house with lots of stuff in it, and now they're going to move to a condo, and oh my goodness, what to do?
With all the stuff.
Right. So I start out, first of all, by talking to the person, the people involved, or if it's a commercial job, the company, and what is it you want to be? How do you want to feel? How are you going to use this space? And then I look at the actual physicality of the space and I see what the problems are. Does it have a low ceiling? Is there a lack of light? Is it crooked? Is it too small, too big? You know, and then we measure. We have a technical process where we, like architect, we measure the whole thing. We create a floor plan, and then based on what the client is hoping to get out of it, then I will compose the space. I have a really great example on my drawing board of that, where I have a client. I hope I'm not answering too long.
No, this is perfect.
Yeah, I have a client that I'm presenting to tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see it.
Like never finished.
This is interesting.
Never finished here, but
oh wow.
so this brings in both Feng Shui and the floor plan.
Can we bring it up? So that's
If
beautiful.
you would like to.
That is awesome. Wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing this with us.
So this is a home office in somebody's home, and she is a nutritionist.
Okay.
And she is, you know, a licensed nutritionist. She's serious. She has lots of work. She's commanded this one space in her home, and it was like a junk room.
Okay.
And so when we walk in here, it's not a very big space, okay? She already has a built-in desk, which is, you know, I would love to have taken it out, but the designer can't dictate everything.
Okay.
So I have done this, fit in a small conference table with 3 chairs plus hers is 4. She has a massage table because she does kinesiology to determine supplements to use. Okay. And then these will be glass display cases for all of the vitamins and essential oils that'll be locked up. Bookshelves, and this here will be a conference table. Wow. This is art that'll go on a wall that's right here. Oh, that's so we wanted to feel very zen, and these particular chairs will take people up to 400 pounds. Wow. And you can't always get that out of an office chair, plus it's very sleek. And paint colors.
What I really like here is that you incorporated the Feng Shui within the drawing right above. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's almost like an outline of kind of how she's matching the Feng Shui. She has abundance, health, fame, friendships, journey, career, and matching that to the back of the picture, which is amazing creativity.
So this is the Feng Shui Bagua done up in a square, and they're all equal sizes. And this is the empty center, which we call the yin yang. Okay. And so in her office right now, the massage table area is in wealth and abundance. Wow. And so on and so on. So when I meet with her, we're gonna talk about how to activate with various colors and symbols. Okay. Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. Thank you so much for showing us that example.
You're welcome.
And kind of going off that example, how can someone add more balance and symmetry within their life and within their home just by, like, for me, I think I'm the worst person to talk to about this, because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to cut this piece of paper. If it's not perfect, it's not perfect. It's going up here. It's going up there. and it's whatever. But for more balance, and this is a great question for me because I need all the help I can get. How are we able to really put things together? Let's say like picture frames per se. Is there a rule of thumbs when designing a space, or how can
Well, you had a lot of questions there
Yes.
in your question. So first you talked about balance and symmetry. I think the most important thing is that less is more.
Okay.
That, and especially in the United States, we just have too much stuff.
Okay.
You know, it's like we never have enough stuff. Suddenly there's stuff, and you clear it out, and then there's stuff again. Yeah. So in each space, you should only have essential elements, and you should always have art and imagery that you love. It shouldn't be that someone gave it to you and you don't really like it, but okay, I better put it up in case someone comes over and they'll see it. No. That creates stress.
Gotcha.
So I am a firm believer that that you basically, that's why I do drawings. I measure and do drawings and see like placement, enough room to move around, not too much stuff jammed together, harmonious colors, not too much of one color. Like what if everything was all brown? Brown on brown on brown. I see that a lot actually.
Yeah.
And it's odd. It's depressing. So we like to balance the color wheel and appropriate. Also, like in Feng Shui, we talk about spaces that are yin and yang. So a yin space would be like a bedroom where you're removing yourself from the activity of the world and you want it to be softer. You wouldn't want like clown colors in your bedroom.
Yes.
Whereas like a kitchen, nice brightly lit, that's a yang space. We cook, we move around a lot, an activity space. So you have to understand like what it is you want from the space.
I see.
And also have, if you just don't want to have too many things in one area.
Okay.
You have to edit.
I think that's the hardest for people because they want to buy and go, oh, this would look good here, that would look good here. I have a white wall, I'm going to just fill it with everything, because they get so creative, they get so passionate, and they're inspirational with this one wall. What is a great way to edit?
What is a great way to edit? Well, I really do believe that you have to go, you know, there's this famous lady out there, Marie Kondo, the Kondo method.
Yes.
It's kind of extreme, but it's good. The point of it is that what gives you energy, what depletes your energy. And maybe you don't know how to do that. Yeah. Maybe you've never done that before. Yeah. You know, it's like we've always had the room like this. Well, let's take another look at it with fresh eyes. What's a way to edit? Is this something that makes me feel like I can move, or do I feel constricted? Did I put it up there just because I bought it, and I feel guilty if I don't use it? Yeah. You have to go with your heart, and also every space has an intention. Like this room here for me, my intention is that it's where I can focus and where I can feel nothingness, because out of nothingness comes something.
Yes. Wow. That almost reminds me of taking in meditation, right? You want to be in a space or an area where you can feel nothingness in order to really find your own truth.
Exactly.
I think that's beautiful.
Exactly. And it's very difficult if you don't know how to manage clutter, because clutter is the enemy. In Feng Shui, we call it sha qi, or negative qi. Qi being that beautiful flow of energy that makes your body feel calm but energized, and sha qi is like, ugh.
The stuckness.
I feel stuck. Oh, I got to move this box. Every time I walk by, I have to move this box. Yeah. Well, why? Yeah. It's got to go.
It's got to go.
I help people with that a lot more than I ever imagined that I would in my early career.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think it's mainly that psychological wanting to hold on to? They don't want to let go in case they need something from that box. They need something to incorporate in their life with that object, whatever it may be.
People don't even realize that their energy has attached to something. I have a client, I hope she's not watching, but if you are, I'm not saying your name. I have a client who, her husband put a fish tank with these fish. They're not even pretty. I mean, sorry, fish, but this fish tank is on top of a TV unit.
Wow. Okay.
And so it doesn't belong there. It's right over an electronic thing. She's been waiting 10 years for the fish to die. She actually texted me recently. She said, "You'll be so proud of me. The last fish died, and I took away the fish tank." Oh my goodness! Right, this
You're
was in her.
ecstatic.
Yeah. I mean, people don't even. Sometimes people don't see. Also, you become so ingrained or attached to the energy and the emotions of the space that you inhabit. You don't even realize, for instance, that there might be a power cord that's trailing on the side of the room. And so a stranger would come in and they're going to see this big black power cord that anybody could trip over.
Interesting. That's something I would have never thought of, because that can easily be moved. It seems like, okay, this is a necessity. I have to charge my electronics.
Right.
But I really like that idea. So what would you suggest people who, have a portable laptop or electronics, the phone goes everywhere with us,
Right.
where can we easily hide those cords?
Well, we try to design the room. We do our best to design the room so that there's a chair and a table by an outlet.
Wow.
And that way, the cord is behind something. It's not in the middle of the room. And I see electronics as clutter. And in home offices, sadly, I see people. I change them if they let me, if they will allow me to do it, and I redraw their home. There's a lot of people that work from home, right? And so they're facing the wall. You see me here, and this is floating, and this is facing the window. I used to, when I didn't know Feng Shui, I used to be in the other room with my back to the stairs coming in and my back to the sliding glass doors facing the wall.
Okay.
And I wondered why I felt blocked. And then when I got certified in Feng Shui by my Feng Shui master, Susie Miller, that's like number one on the list, like don't face a wall. And if you have to, put a mirror up. So that because you don't want to feel like people are coming at your back. You want to be in the command position where you're looking out at everything. You feel so much better. And so then we have to engineer the computer, if it's a desktop, not to have the wires showing from the back, but have it on the side. It's complicated, but that's why we plan.
That's beautiful. And while you're speaking, I'm now thinking of my own personal space and going, oh, okay, I need to actually change things around in order to allow that creative energy to come and flow so much easier. And it's interesting, with just these little tidbits, we can be more creative. And I think a lot of people lack creativity within our world because we always have this noise coming and coming and coming. And we just don't know where to turn. It takes up a lot of energy. And then when it's time for us to acquire our own energy and our own creativity, we're drained and we don't know what we should do. And we're not thinking clearly.
Right.
In that sense.
When I have given workshops, I did 2 workshops on the emotions of decluttering. And I take people through a meditation called the Mind, Body, Home meditation. And, it's a guided meditation where we do some deep breathing. And first we go through the energy of our body. And we locate where the pain is. Or where, like, let's say I have a stuck shoulder or my neck hurts. Or chronic pain that you might have. And then we let that go, and then we imagine walking with our eyes closed, walking through our entire home. As if we're just astral traveling through our home and even our garage. And when we ask our intuition to tell us where the stuck energy is in the place that we live. When I did this for the first time, I realized that I hated my garage. We have a 3-car garage, and it's on the upper left side, on the lower left side of our property. And there was too much stuff in it. And I realized that I always had this pain here corresponding to the left side of my body.
How odd.
And
wow.
It works every time. And my husband actually, he's really great. He took it very seriously, and he's been working on getting rid of all the stuff that shouldn't be in the garage. And every time more stuff goes, I just feel, more energy, yay. So I feel it. And I've helped clients, like the room you hate the most that you never want to go in, well, it correlates to your body. So never mind interior design for a minute. It's energy work, because we are integrated with the principal dwelling we live in and work in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Whew, and that, you just led me to my next question about anxiety, because that's what that's what I do, and that's kind of what my audience is all about, and really shaving ways in order to gain more inspiration, value, time, and money in our life. So how, and you named a few, but is there any quick fixes as well as decluttering that we can use for our own sanity, if you will?
Yes, I absolutely. And I do this for myself all the time and guide clients in doing it.
Okay.
When you're feeling depressed, and we all get depressed sometimes, and you're feeling low energy and stuck, and there's nothing you can immediately do to change everything, then take a drawer, empty it out. It's a tiny, tiny thing that you can do. Go through it. What's ripped, what's really, dirty, what do you never wear in that drawer, or if it's a pencil drawer, what's, just garbage really, that you just never had time, and just get rid of it. Just throw it out.
Receipts.
Just boom.
Yeah.
We don't need more than half of what's in our environment. And you've done that one little thing, and it's out the door, it's in the trash. Pat yourself on the back and say, whew. It's one little thing you can do. And if you do that on a regular basis, suddenly your entire environment will have been edited.
Beautiful.
I also want to say that I use intention, the word intention. When I do interior design, we say, who do you want to be? What's your intention? And then we consciously create something new.
Wow.
And when we're creating something new in the environment that you deal with, you live in it, you work in it, right? We're intentionally working on that. Somehow it opens the doors inside you to feel like you're more in control.
Wow.
And it reduces the anxiety.
Wow. That's beautiful. And in control of your life, right? Because you're in control of what's most intimate in your world, which is your home. That's where you're able to be yourself, and if there's something in the way, then you can't be yourself. It's blocking you from really being who you are.
And one thing I wanted to say is that I was studying with Tisha Morris, who is an author on Feng Shui and decluttering, and I took a challenge one year. It was about 4 years ago, and it was in January, at the beginning of the year, and it was very cold out and not fun to go out for me. And it was a decluttering challenge for 27 days. And the first few days were devoted to your personal closet.
Oh, wow.
And I did battle with all these clothes that I, would have hung on to forever. But I had signed up and paid for this challenge, right? And Tisha said to ask yourself, once you get rid of all this stuff, and now maybe you're going to get some new things, what new things, where would you wear them? What would these new things be that you would wear them? And what came to me is, one day I'm going to be a guest speaker and wear really cool clothes when I'm on stage.
Oh, I love that.
And so what happened? I've been a guest speaker several times now and teaching workshops. And that was 4 years ago when I had never done it.
Wow.
So I was actually creating something new in the path of my own life. just by cleaning the closet.
That's awesome. So you're literally reaching and representing who you want to be in the future, pulling it into the present so you can become more of who you want to be.
Yes.
Easily.
Yes. Yes.
That's amazing.
And for young parents that have young children where there's toys and laundry all over the place, you know, they feel, and I was once there with my children, you feel like, I'll never get out of this. It's like swimming on. I'll never get out of the marshland. But there are strategies. Yeah. It's called baskets and shelves, and having an order to your day, because you don't want to go through those early childhood years hating life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not fair for you or your kids.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And you don't always get taught that in your family. So I really am this firm believer that as far as anxiety, depression, that if we give ourselves permission to create a new intention around where we live and work, and it gets into so many things: lighting, color, imagery.
And this is just coming up because I've had clients that have said this to me in the past, and I have my own personal thing to say. Oh, you know what? This is all great, but I don't have the time.
Right.
I don't have the time.
Right.
And it's like, you don't have the time not to do it.
Right, exactly.
You don't have the time not to, because you're losing yourself.
You actually create time.
Yeah.
Like if you have a very disorganized office with papers everywhere that you say you don't have time to go through, then when you're really looking for something and you can't find that document and it's not on your computer, right? But it's something, 3D that you need to pick up. If it's all a mess, you're going to waste hours and get all frenetic looking for something. So if you put the time in beforehand, you're more, like I say, in control of a crazy world that we're in, but this is your sacred space. And,
I love that.
Yeah. And, just, also I always say angels don't like dirt.
I love that. Wow. Can you give us, just to conclude, any just finishing touches of maybe someone who has a small space and wanting to be able to make it nice, make it comfortable, maybe put a little light in there or so, and declutter as much as possible? Do you have any tips for them?
Let's just think about that. So we're talking about like a one-room...
Yes, maybe
a studio apartment, one room with a bathroom.
Trying to figure out life. They have some stuff, and they have a kitchen, studio apartment, and I'm remembering my early days because I was there.
Right.
And closet, bathroom. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm right with you. I mean, I grew up in New York City.
Okay.
And I used to want so much to live in Greenwich Village. And I would have been thrilled to have a one room if it was in, and I've been in so many of my friends' places early on in their life, and it was all like insanity, it was like a mattress with all this stuff everywhere. No. So my tip is to see it as if someone was paying you to do this. Pretend that you're the designer and map it out. If you had a journey that you were going to go on, you would use MapQuest. So this little place you're living in for this time of your life is your journey. And think of it as a sacred space. We work so hard to pay the rent or the mortgage, right? And so this little space has to have only the essentials. And if instead of having a lot of art on the walls, which would be great if you could, but how about shelving? Get things up off the floor. That's one thing that you can do.
I love that.
Storage pieces that will hide stuff, and get rid of as much as possible.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for just coming on today. How can we find you, and what do you have going on that we might be able to take note in?
Well, let's see. You can... My website is mindywagner.com.
Okay.
And my email is mindy@mindywagner.com. You can find me on Facebook under Mindy Wagner Interior Design Feng Shui. You can find me on Instagram, it's Design Feng Shui. And I didn't get to talk about our crystal water bottles.
Oh, okay.
Got 2 seconds?
Sure.
So yeah, on my website you can call me, and I do consultations.
That's beautiful.
They don't
She's gonna
have
show
to.
us the water bottles now.
Yes. Recently, my husband and I, he's very enterprising, we started this new business. It's a website, avorii.com, AVORII.com, and it's all around using crystals. So this
That's
is
beautiful.
a gem elixir water bottle. I drink from it.
Okay.
This is amethyst. This one is purple, multifluorite.
Okay.
And each of these gems have properties. So that's just a little fun thing
I love that.
that we're
Thank
doing.
you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
And I don't have a workshop coming up.
Okay.
Right now I'm really focused on new projects, new jobs. So call me if you have a question.
Awesome. And she's also tagged to this as well, so you'll be able to see her. I just want to see if we have any other questions, because I wasn't really watching the screen, just people jumping on and saying hi. Thank you guys so much for watching today. And Mindy's going to be here on Facebook. She's also going to be on my YouTube channel, and she'll be attached to everything. She's attached to this video.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gwen and Mindy,
you.
for coming on. Thank you guys for watching.
Take
Have
care.
a great day.
Bye.
Bye.